I walk by it dozens of times each day. It hangs on the wall in the hallway, a moment suspended in time, made immortal by a camera in the hands of someone wanting to preserve that very second of an otherwise ordinary day. There, encased in a thick black frame behind the protective glass that keeps it from aging, is a photo of my 2 boys, their blue eyes shining brightly, their cherub faces and toddler hands covered in paint. Their grins are contagious. I can't help but smile back whenever I stop to stare at their happy faces. Sitting there at the kitchen table, paint smeared everywhere, they're immersed in the throes of their childhood and all the glorious messiness that comes with it. A precious instant captured for eternity. This photograph, it tugs at my heartstrings. It embodies everything a mother treasures about her children: laughter, light, love. I close my eyes, and for the millionth time since I hung it here years ago, try once again to remember something, anything from that day. But even though I was the one who took the picture, I cannot recall a single detail, least of all taking my camera out and encouraging my sons to say cheese. The only thing I can be certain of about that day is that I was drunk. It's only 3 in the afternoon, but I'm already out of wine. I grab the kids, my purse, my keys, and head out the front door. I know I probably look like any other suburban mom on her way to the park, her gorgeous children tucked safely into the back seat of her station wagon Volvo. Maybe there's a picnic packed in the back. Maybe the bikes are there too. Maybe I brought a good novel to read while the kids jump and swing and breathe in the fresh spring air. In a perfect world, this would all be true, but my life is drenched in imperfection, and that means that spending quality time with my sons at the park is not on the agenda today. I head into the store, and though I really came for the alcohol, I make sure to pad my grocery cart with a few necessities to throw off any potential judgments by the cashier. I throw in a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos and bananas, too preoccupied with my selfish mission to realize I'm out of pull-ups and milk. I walk towards the liquor aisle, my pounding heart an indication of the thrill I feel as I look across the vast array of bottles and cans, my sinking stomach a sensation meant to remind me that what I'm doing is wrong. But I cannot bear to do the right thing today. It's not even remotely possible to believe that I have the strength. I give in once more, wedging the cheap wine bottles between the boys, far removed from any sense of wrongdoing, concerned only with masking the pain as soon as possible, though I do know this much: it will be back again to torment me tomorrow, only much worse. And for a split second, I sort of wish I gave a shit. The deterioration is swift. Wine glasses are no longer necessary because they just aren't big enough. I drink straight from the bottle, the thick green glass pressed against my lips. The dry Merlot or Shiraz or Cabernet Sauvignon, it stopped mattering months ago, flowing down my throat, bringing with it warmth and guilt, pleasure and humiliation into the very depths of who I have become, someone whom I despise, someone whom I can no longer recognize in the mirror. I look at the clock and begin eating raw cloves of garlic, chewing and gagging over the kitchen sink, the burning in my mouth permeating all the way into my ears. But I keep going because I promised my husband I wouldn't drink today. The Listerine is next, and I swish it around, wondering about the alcohol content, praising myself that I'm not even tempted to drink it. Some people have a real drinking problem. I fool myself into believing I'm just a fellow mother among mothers, my smile strained against my lying lips, graciously thanking teachers, scheduling playdates I never intend to keep. The pride and love I have for my children tries desperately to find a comfortable place in my heart, but it's crowded with the hatred I have for myself. I am drunk by the time he's home. No dinner on the table, the boys perched in front of the television, stale snacks littering the floor. I avoid his gaze because I've broken my promise again, and I wait for him to retreat so I can continue pretending everything is just as it should be. But he is tired this time, fed up this time, tells me to go to hell this time. And for some inexplicable, baffling reason, I believe him this time. Rock bottom isn't a one-size-fits-all destination. It looks different depending on who you ask. But regardless of how we finally arrive there, most of us end up on our knees, begging for relief, begging for forgiveness, begging for a miracle. On Saturday, June 10th, 2006, I was no exception. 7 years of sobriety, not to be mistaken with 7 years of a perfect life, filled with perfect decisions and perfect kids and a perfect husband and perfect family photos hanging in a neat little row on perfectly painted walls. But they are 7 of the most glorious years, and I could have never imagined them, even if God himself had come down, poured out my last bottle of Merlot, and promised them to me himself. I am still blemished. I make mistakes. And that photo of my 2 sons covered head to toe in paint and grinning from ear to ear, the photo I do not remember taking. I don't keep it in my hallway to torture myself. I keep it there to remind me of how close I came to losing everything and how far I've come since then. I keep it there to remind me of the life I have now and the life I cannot afford to forget. Thank you.